Why does the mountain harbor such animus against the president? Do you think it's just about the Gachagua impeachment? I would argue no. Why? For a group who turned on their son, Uhuru Kenyatta, a sitting president, it's arguable that they don't give a hoot what happens to Gachagua, which means there's more than meets the eye. Something they only get with a trusted president in state house. Something more valuable and is rooted in correct alliances. No wonder they repudiated Raila. And my best guess is economic certainty or market predictability, or in other words, inside information with regard to policy, hence huge profits. And here's the disclaimer. The general Kikuyu population are just a part of their 3D game of chess. No wonder they repudiated Raila in the last elections. But here's the misnomer. The masses think that their interests are aligned with those of the elites, that it's about Gachagua. There are people hating on the president for impeaching Gachagua is a means to an end to them. They want a preferred candidate, preferably Matiang'i, a figurehead that they can control. Now, contemplate a scenario in which you are placing a bet in a game that by design is rigged in your favor. You'll be the happiest person because you just erased all possibility of loss. You have guaranteed return on investment. But if the roles are reversed and there's a new manager in town, he rigs the game in favor of your competitor, how would you feel? You'll be left with two options. One, reduce the amount of money that you risk. Two, try buying the manager, or still, eliminate the manager and replace him with a friendly one. See, the real world is full of trade-offs, but the elites and their allies want to get their preferred outcomes without any cost. They want to permanently eliminate risk. That is why they so badly wanted Raila, but Ruto came in with his men who also wanted those same advantages and opportunities. No wonder he has to be discredited. Now, their next poster child is Matiang'i, the person who is going to rig the game in their favor. And they're banking on Kikuyu head for Ruto to put him in state house. Hence, the public would have gotten their revenge, and simultaneously the elites would have gotten their preferred candidate, and by extension, those advantages and opportunities. The former president Uhuru Kenyatta was a perfect candidate for them. A figurehead, an absolute sleazebag and a drunk who didn't know the occurrences in his own government. You remember Ruto famously telling his constituents that he was the one running government. It was not a hyperbole. In fact, Uhuru reminds me of President Joe Biden of the US. Biden was a perfect candidate to Democrats and the global elite simply because he was a vegetable head, a geriatric old man who was oblivious of his surrounding, and so they took that opportunity to push their policies and interests. To the Democratic politicians, it was about open borders, abortion, etc. And to the business community, it was about market predictability and by extension, huge paychecks.